Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new, you're very welcome. My name is Anita Phone, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment and share. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every week I post a new tutorial on my channel. And if you're a old member, you're welcome back. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to be drafting our princess dark body pattern. So as you can see, I already have my paper folding, and you'll be needing your straight ruler, French curve, and your body measurement, and of course a bowl marker, and also a paper cutting scissors. So as you can see, so these are the measurement you'll be dividing by 2, just your shoulder measurement, and this one you're going to divide it by 4. That's your bust measurement, your waist measurement. You need to take your measurement right. Okay, so let's start. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a straight line from here to here. As you can see, just a straight line, and from there I will start working from just like so. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'll be putting in my soldier to my nipple measurement, which is 10 here, and also I'll be moving to my under bust measurement, which is for my nipple to my under bust, which is 13.5, and I'll be putting in my half length, which is 16.5, and I'll be adding half centimeter for ease. Okay, once we're done doing that, I'm just going to connect this line straight. Okay, making sure it's straight. I also come here and do the same thing, straight line and straight line. Okay, now that we are done drawing this line, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to be putting in our neck depth, which is 3 by 3. It depends on the project you're working on. It can always change. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's just come here and I mark my 3. I'm going to get my French curve and I just connect it like so. Okay, once I'm done doing that, I'm going to measure my soldier measurement. That's 15. My soldier measurement is my soldier measurement is 15. If I divide by 2, it's going to give me 7.5. I'm come here and I mark my 7.5. And from the 7.5 I mark down, and we're going to bring down 1 centimeter. That's because our soldier is not straight. I'll be connecting this point from here to here, just like so. Place your ruler like so. Once I'm done connecting it, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting in my armhole measurement, which I don't really know. You could go ahead and measure around your armhole, or there's this method we normally use for this. That's you take your bust measurement divided by 6, then you add 1.5 centimeter to it. Okay, for example, mine is 34. If I divide by 6, it's going to give me 5.66, so equals to, then I'll be adding 1.5. That's 1.5, which is going to give me 7.16. So I'll just come from this soldier loop here and mark my 7.16 here. Sorry if I'm blocking you guys. It's here. This line is going to be now our new chest line. Once I'm done doing this, I'm just going to come here and I also measure the 7.5 to connect that line straight. That is my soldier measurement. I'm going to connect this point to this point straight. Once I'm done, I'm going to look for the center point of this measurement from my soldier slope here to my chest line, which is actually 7.6. So I'll just be folding my tape, measuring tape like so, just like so, which is actually 7.6, just like so, guys. No calculation, not to waste time. I'm going to come here and place it and open it up. I just place it like so to get my center. Once I'm done, I'm going to go in by half centimeter here. So I'm going to take my French ruler, straight ruler, and connect it like so. So now I'm going to be putting in my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 34 divided by 4. It's going to give me 8.5. I'll come here and mark my 8.5. And now I could go ahead and I connect this point to this point with my French curve. I place it like so. Okay, this is what we have right now. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to be putting in our nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. So I'm just going to come here on my bust point and I mark my 4 centimeter, and I'll also be marking it here at my waist line. Once I'm done, I'm going to connect this point straight. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll be measuring my armhole, whatever I have there, just like so. Place your measuring tape like so, just measuring it up, making sure everything go in smoothly and nice, like so. It's actually 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. So I'm just going to come here and make sure, measure where 4 is, which is here, as you can see, which is here, as you can see. And when I mark the center, that's the center of 8. Remember, we measure our armhole here, which gives us 8. So I'll be connecting this point to this point here, just like so. Once I'm done connecting it like so, the next thing I'm going to do here, I will be bringing down 1 centimeter, or let's just say half. Yeah, half centimeter. No, here we'll be bringing down, let's say 3/4, that's 0.75, and here we're going up by half centimeter. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to be connecting it like so, from here to here, and this other point like so, and just like so. This is what we have. So you can see, for us to avoid the shortage of a pattern here, we're going to extend this line to 1 centimeter, so it won't be short when we sew it. Okay, 1 centimeter. So I'm going to connect it. So I'm going to be connecting it like so. This is going to be our new armhole here. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm just going to connect this point just like so. This is what we have. And remember, whatever we took out here, we're going to be adding it here. Okay, that's our waistline. With our dark will be going out by half centimeter each here and half here, and we're going to connect it from our nipple point. We're going to go down by, you could go down by 1 centimeter, or you could go down by half. So let me just go down by 3/4, which is here. I'll be connecting this point to this point, and then to this point. I also come here and I mark my half centimeter both side, and do the same thing here. Just see, I'm connecting this point to this point first, just like so, and bring it down straight, and like so, and this is not okay, like so. Sorry guys, like so. So we're going to be adding the measurement we took out. Remember, here was half and half, which is going to be 1 centimeter. So my waist measurement is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 7. Here I'm going to measure my 7 first. 7. Then remember, we took our 1 centimeter, that's half from the both sides, which is, I'll be adding 1 centimeter for the 1 centimeter we took out, and I'll also be adding half centimeter for my sewing allowance. Okay, which is going to give me 8.5. Here my bust measurement is 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. Remember, we took out 3/4 here and half centimeter here, which is going to give me 1/4. Okay, so I'm just going to come here. This is my 8.5 plus the 1/4, and come here again and add 1/4, which is here, and I'll also be adding a half centimeter for my sewing allowance, just to actually give me here. So I'll be connecting this point to this point downward, just like so. And remember, if you're drafting this directly on your fabric, here you'll be adding 1 centimeter. Okay, so now that we are done, let's just go ahead and curve this, because our bust is not pointy, just like so, making it nice. And look, when we're cutting that up, just going to be just trimming it like so, guys. And here it's really curvy, but let's just go ahead and modify it. It's great. So the next thing we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and cut this on. Let me just go ahead cut this. No, let me show you guys on how to cut it, so you will not make a mistake when cutting it. This is how I'm going to cut it. First of all, I'm going to start from here. You can see, just cut it like so. I stop there. I'm going to just cut it like so, you guys can see what actually I'm cutting. Okay, just cut it like so, coming down like so. I'm going to end here. Okay, I'll tell you again. making sure it goes in smoothly. As you can see, this is what we have in there, and we're going to place it like so. Now let's move it aside. I'm going to cut this upside like so. Taking this out, okay? Yeah. And now I'm also going to cut it here, which is just all for the front. And place it like so. Okay, let's move over to the back pattern. Shoulder to my nipple point. This is going to be a little bit fast because I already show you on how to do that on the front part. Okay, I'm going to draw the straight line just like so. And now we're going to be putting in our neck depth. The back neck depth is actually different because we're just going to go down by 1 cm and also go here by 3. Okay, just going to take our French towel. You can see I'm placing it like so. It's totally really different from the front, just like so. As you can see, and from here I'm going to measure my soldier measurement, which was 7.5 here, and from there I'm going to bring down 1 centimeter as I did for the front. I'll be connecting this point to here. Sorry, and here I'm going to just that's the same method we use for the front. Like you divide your bust measurement by 6, then you add 1.5, or you can measure around your armhole and you add measure around your armhole and you divide it by 2. Okay, so this is going to be my chest line, and I'm going to connect it straight just like so. Okay, for the front, for the back pattern, you're not going to go in by half cm, so we're just going to measure the midpoint of it, yeah, which was actually somewhere around here. I'm going to connect this point like so. Okay, so I'm going to put in my bust measurement, which is 8.5 here. I'm going to connect this point like so. This is what we have for the front, for the back. And now we're going to be putting in our nipple to nipple measurement, which was 4. I'll come to my waistline and I'll do the same thing 4. I'll connect this line straight. Okay. Here I'm going to be using a normal dark, but if you want a princess dark for the back pattern as well, I'm just going to come measure the midpoint, which was 4 here, and I'll also be connecting this point. I'm going to go up here and just connect my line like so, and I'm going to curve it. Let me see where 4. Okay, from here we're just going to bring it like so, but I wouldn't be using a princess dark for the back pattern. This in case if you want a princess dark. And remember, here you're not going to like go up by half centimeter or go down by 3/4. No, here at the back pattern you don't do that. Okay, so here we're going to be going out by half centimeter as we did for the front and the back, and we're going to bring it from the dark of that's the back pattern will actually start from your chest line. Okay, this in case if you want a regular dark. So I'm just going to connect these 2 points like so, like so. So like so, guys. This is just it. We're going to cut it. So if you want a princess dark, you just go ahead and connect it to show you. As I said before, you're not going to go down by half or go out by 1 centimeter. No, for the back pattern, no. We do that at the front because we want it to really fit well around the armpit on our fit well around the armpit, and also have, I call it armpit, or you could call it armhole, fit well around the armhole, and also to have that nice shape at our bust pattern. Okay, so I'm going to be putting in my my bust measurement, which is 7.5, and also be adding 8.5, sorry, and I'll also be adding half centimeter for my sewing allowance. Here my waist measurement is 7 and I took out 1 centimeter. I'll be adding 8, yeah, so I'll be adding half centimeter. So I'll be connecting this point to this point, and we're going to cut that up. That is all for princess. That just like so. For the back pattern is quite really different and easy making. Remember, I said I'm going to use a normal, regular dark, not princess or whatever. Not princess dark at the back pattern, okay? Let's see the way I'm doing it. They cut it and get in here. Now come here and do the same thing, just like so. So this is how the dark of the for mine is the regular one. So if you want the princess dark, you're going to cut it from here like so. So this is all about the princess dark pattern making. So that's all, guys. You can see this is the front. As you can see, the front is quite really different from the back pattern. This is the front. Yeah, as you can see. So I hope that you guys love this tutorial. If you do not forget to give me a thumbs up, like, comment, and share.